Hello and welcome. Today I'm in a tier 10 US carrier, the Midway. This is a match from the 24-hour stream, which was the most requested class of ship I play, but I only ended up playing one match because, well, I said that this was too frustrating for me, so that's why I didn't want to play it, but viewers really wanted me to play the carrier, so I decided to play it. And well, I mean, it didn't go that well. Oh well, anyways, I don't know where to hide on this map, at least on this side. On the other side there are some islands, but on this side not really. Anyways, I brought in my torpedo bombers and I see a Montana and a Tirpitz trying to create offspring, I guess. I don't know how else to mention it or call it. I dropped really far away because I haven't played carriers in a while. On top of that, I figured the Tirpitz was following, but sadly, appears that the last torpedoes missed because of it. Had I known that, I would have angled it differently and hit the Montana fully. Oh well. It's okay. The funny thing is I hit 7 torpedoes but only got 1 flooding. That's okay though. I imagine the Montana is gonna repair it and then I will follow up with dive bombers. Okay, I can see the enemy carriers torpedo bombers coming in. I am attacking or intercepting with my fighters. At least trying to. They will probably be engaged by the enemy fighters though, and I can't do really much about it. Wow, it seems the Montana is AFK. Like, there's no point in following up because, or at least he isn't repairing the, flooding. Also, the Tirpitz is still ramming her. I don't understand. Somehow my fighters aren't winning really hard either. Anyway, since the Tirpitz is here, and the Montana is gonna die to the flooding since she is AFK, I just dive bomb the Tirpitz so that I can spread out more damage. Okay, one dive bomber group is done, then the other one also. How the hell did my fighters lose? I have all the fighter upgrades and it was over friendly anti-air. Okay, Montana got down to 5,000 or almost 6,000, almost 5,000 HP. Okay, at least she seems to be back because she healed. And probably that's kind of bad. I would like to follow up with dive bombers, but I imagine that I really can't because that flooding probably timed out on its own. She didn't probably use damage control parties, so I think it might be still better to try to set the Tirpitz on fire. So I'll try to do that. Okay, got 2 fires on the Tirpitz, which actually I think that's pretty lucky right now, considering both times that fighters engaged the dive bombers just as they were over there. Also, I accidentally just made a mistake. I thought my fighters had returned and already resupplied, but nope, they didn't, so I put the one fighter squadron on to defend a friendly ship, which is, oh yeah, with no ammunition as well. I mean, that's just gonna work out great. Anyways, I realize my mistake right now and I'm like, well, the hell do I do now? I guess it's time to run the fighters into enemies because it definitely will take less time for them to die than fly back, land and resupply. And it's particularly important because the enemy fighters will be up soon. Anyways, I think I'll try to hit the Izumo with my torpedo bombers. Yes, I could go for the Montana again, but I figured one of our battleships would pick the Montana off, or the Tirpitz. On top of that, they are together like that, and I imagine that the enemy fighters are over there, because that's the target I just hit. And that kind of shows intent. And if I were, if I didn't expect the enemy fighters to be there, then I would definitely attack that place again. Which is exactly why I, don't. But on top of that, I can't see the fighters, so I imagine they aren't near this Izumo. Well, I would like to pull back, but at this point it's too late. because even if I do, I'm gonna lose so many planes that it won't make the next drop worth it, so I might as well do the silly drop, which does like no damage. I mean, I've already lost 5 of the torpedo bombers, so can't really do much about it. Although, of course, it might be that the enemy Midway is simply misplaying with his fighter usage, but you know, which do you take? Whether he's, I mean, which would you believe? That he is bad, or that he's trying to actually counterplay? At this point, I would imagine that he's trying to counterplay, and considering the fighters were in that area spotted just now, I think I was quite, right. That the enemy Midway was over there with his fighters, and I couldn't have followed up with my torpedo bombers on the Montana and Tirpitz. So everything went well. Was a mistake with the fighters though. If I had recycled my fighters properly, I would have been fine to attack them. Anyways, at least maybe I'll be able to pick this Izumov, or at least damage them hard. The thing with carriers is that you really can't kill secure targets properly. I mean, you can, but it's incredibly wasteful, because a full torpedo bomber volley will deal so much more damage that finishing off a wounded target just often isn't worth it. I want to keep this Benson spotted. On top of that, I want to keep the enemy fighters off, and torpedo bombers if possible. There's an intense battle going on for B, which I can understand. Damn, the Montana is still alive. At 25,000 HP already. Remember, she dropped down to less than 6,000 HP at some point. That's the power of tier 10 battleships. And they also deal massive damage. I will try to drop on this Benson, I think, because it's kinda important that we get this cap point. I'll try to intercept the torpedo bombs with my fighters, but I'm not very optimistic about it. Okay, well, I scared them off for a moment, but not really. I mean, they will just try to hit. Oh, never mind. They tried hitting the destroyer like I am. I would like to take advantage of this torpedo volley from the destroyer, but since I didn't know where the target was, I didn't really want to do it. But anyways, dropping on destroyers is kind of difficult right now, and I'm not really used to it, so I kind of make a mistake. I should have led a little bit more, I think. No, never mind. Doesn't matter. That guy's dead. Kind of surprising that didn't get the kill, but that's okay. I don't mind it, really. Okay, intercept the torpedo bombers, and I'll try to use this group for hitting the Izuma again. I mean, she's gonna get intercepted by the fighter, so I might as well do a stupid looking drop, because it doesn't exactly matter what I do, because if I try to reposition, they will die anyway. So, well, at least at this point I hit one and it caused the flooding, so it'll be useful. Also, I have high caliber at like 11 minutes, less than 11 minutes into the match. Okay, I think I'm gonna bring the dive bombs to try to finish this Izuma off. That's something I could do, especially because she isn't guarded by cruisers. Oh, yeah, the other thing is that because of, I can't touch the cruisers really, because of the defensive fire ability. Like, if 2 or 3 cruisers stick together and they cycle their abilities, there just isn't much I can do. Like, trying to hit them will waste over a minute of time just waiting around for the ability to wear off. I don't know if I should. I think it might be okay to go through the fight group, because, I mean, at this point, I'll just try to bring both at once or something. I mean, he can only intercept one of the groups. just the damage control part is such a low cooldown on so many ships. Okay, he used up all his ammunition, so I can just, you know, follow up. But yeah, the thing is that damage control part is such a low cooldown that things like forcing people off a target for 40 seconds or going elsewhere or waiting a minute to pull fighters in to deal with the enemy fighters or things like that make it a hugely difficult problem with also wow, check out all the torpedoes from all the angles on this Izuma. I think she might still she might actually no, this was a waste of time. I shouldn't have hit that. But then again, what else do I hit? There's like 4 cruisers in the middle. I can't really hit them, can I? And cruisers make up the bulk of the enemy force. I hit the island, but it doesn't matter. Even if I were to be a little closer, I mean, it would just endanger my ship, to be honest, and it doesn't really give me that much because I would still have to fly around the cruisers somehow. Like, I find the fact that cruisers can push carriers off a target nice and all, but it hampers the effectiveness of carriers quite a lot. Of course, it depends on the, you know, carrier player. If you were to be incredibly good, which I am not, then maybe it wouldn't be as bad, but oh, never mind. I only need to hit like 1 torpedo on this guy, but I don't want to have to use a second squadron to follow up. Yeah, that guy is screwed. Like, it doesn't matter even if I don't kill him, something's gonna hit them like once and he's dead. Since he has 200 HP. But considering the fact that there's like so many pure fighter builds around and there are so many cruisers in some of the matches, it's incredibly difficult to... What? Did he just turn into... Yeah, he just literally turned into them. All he had to do was keep going in a straight line. That's really weird. Like, that guy just killed himself by turning into a torpedo. Yeah, I don't mean effectiveness like in terms of damage, because damage doesn't matter. Like, damage numbers, pure numbers, don't matter so much because they depend so much on the targets you hit. Like in this game, I hit almost exclusively battleships for dealing damage, but also high tier battleships, so they have a ton of HP. But I mean, also I attacked the Montana from far away because I saw the fight is incoming. No flooding, sadly, but that's okay. Also, I imagine there's a destroyer here, which doesn't really matter that much, but I mean, we're losing the game. And I don't like it because there's nothing I can do about it. I can get planes in time into the middle to fight the cruisers, but I can't really attack them because the fight is gonna protect the cruisers and that's it. I just can't have much impact on the outcome of this match. Yes, I can kill the Montana, but I mean, I pushed the Montana out of the fight, mainly sitting back all the while, but it didn't help really, did it? Because we're still losing. On top of that, I pushed the Tirpitz away into the same place, but for some reason my team is going to try to pick a fight with them. And I cannot attack the cruisers. They could, at least some of them could. But they chose not to really. I mean, some of them did a bit, but that's okay. Well, I'd like to follow up, but because damage control party lasts 20 seconds on US battleships, there's no point in doing an immediate follow-up on the drop with dive bombers. So I have to fly back a little bit. I will wait until my friendly fighters come around. And then intercept. And go for a strike on the Midway. I mean Montana, sorry, not Midway. To set him on fire again. Also, maybe I should try to hit this destroyer. It would be nice to hit because she is so close to my ship that I could cycle my planes properly. But it's a destroyer, it's gonna be incredibly difficult, especially at Kagero. Actually, no, it's not especially at Kagero. Well, I'll try to do a weird drop because I mean, it's just so damn difficult because destroyers are so maneuverable. And yep, didn't work out. Maybe I should have gone for a cruiser instead. So it's just that hitting cruisers is incredibly annoying, especially if they group up. And hitting the destroyers is annoying because sometimes they just turn away and that's it. You can't do much about it. And TDs and cruisers together can have a large impact on the game. Can hit battleships though, as long as they don't have a fighter up and they aren't next to a cruiser, or they aren't being defended by a enemy carrier. Oh, or they aren't defended by a destroyer. I mean, remember, destroyers also, US destroyers also have the anti-air consumable. Actually, the US destroyers get it before the cruisers. The Nicholas gets the anti-air consumable, but cruisers get it at tier 6. Destroyers get it at tier 5. But anyways, I mean, this is just so unfortunate. I felt like I did so much this game in terms of hitting the ships I should hit, but they only had 3 battleships. And my team was just disappointing, kinda. Also, I don't understand why is the circle so small for an automatic drop, when the manual drop is huge when the ability was on. I don't understand that. Does that mean that automatic drops are more accurate while under fire? Because that definitely feels weird. But I mean, I guess I did equal damage to the enemy Midway. Both have 3 kills, but they are winning, and I am not. At least I didn't take that much damage, so my repair cost shouldn't be that high. Still, this was incredibly frustrating. Like I mentioned, what? 1045 base experience. That's very disappointing. The enemy Midway got 46. What? This is 241,000 damage. What? I don't understand. I did 241,000 damage and my base experience is 1045. And the enemy Midway got 4 kills and she only got 1,462. I mean, if we had won this match, I would have got like 1,500 base experience. What? For that much damage and 3 kills? Wow. I guess carriers do earn a lot less experience. I mean, carriers are already frustrating to play. Why would I play them now at all? I am incredibly glad all my carriers are tier 10 now, because I definitely wouldn't want to start from scratch. Wow. My recommendation is not to play carriers right now. And the new patch doesn't really help that. Oh yeah, so thank you for the generous donations, and well, if you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe, and thanks for watching.